Hey, I mean you. Let me ask you something. Whenever you hear a word wealth, what comes to your mind? Is it big cities? Is it skyscrapers? Is it oil money? Is it tech billionaires? Or have you ever wondered if a real wealth could start in the village? Because today's story is not a story that began in New York City, in Silicon Valley. It started here at Nyirangarama in northern province of Rwanda. And yes, Rwanda, you thought that I forgot about you, but trust me on this one. Because today's story is not just about success. It's a story about mindset shift. And so, welcome to Billionaires.Africa. And before we wrap up into this story, I want you to not forget subscribing, liking, and share to follow up. And let's be honest, whenever Africa's wealth comes to your mind, they always mention the same thing. It's all about oil, banks, mining, real estate. And yes, those companies, they make a lot and a huge amount of money. But what if I told you that one of the best Rwanda's powerful business stories started in something very much simpler? Something like food, farming, everyday product. And that's when Sina Gerard built his empire. You might have heard a lot about him. But let me tell you, here is what makes him very important. The thing that he didn't leave his village to become successful. So now I want you to listen very carefully. At his 20 years old, he started with 33,000 Rwandan francs. And yeah, that's it. Not millions, not investors, not connections. Just a small amount of money, but a big decision. And he opened a small shop, a bakery. But here is where all people get it all wrong. Because a success doesn't start once you have money. It starts once you see things in a different perspective. And that's when Sina Gerard saw something very early. He saw something like, don't sell the product, control the value. So here is what makes it very interesting. He didn't stay for long in retail. Instead, he moved into production. In other words, he didn't sell what others people produce. Instead, he started creating his own products. And here is where everything changes. Once you produce your own products, you control the followings. You control the quality, you control the pricing, and you build your own brand. And slowly by slowly, a small shop became a system. And let's not go too far. Let's talk about something you normally know about. Akabanga or Akabanga. You see that small bottle, yeah? That's not just a product. That's a branding. That's identity. Because people don't just go around buying it. They remember it. They ask for it. And they also trust it. And that really builds a difference. Because a product makes money, but a brand builds power. Well, now let's get a little bit deeper. Because this is not about one man getting richer. No. His business connected farmers, workers, suppliers, and distributors. And a lot of thousand people. So every time his business grew, the whole community grew with it. And that means real wealth is never built alone. Real wealth is built by a system. And you find that a lot of people, they succeed once and relax. But not him. He expanded into juice, water, biscuits, spices, agriculture, and even livestock. You may ask yourself why. Because he understood something very early. If it's something people need every day, that's a good business. No trends, no hype, just a real demand. And now let's talk about the impact. Because money alone, that's not legacy. Because he invested in education, community development, and local growth. And people don't just see him as a rich man, they also see him as a relevant. And also in business. And relevance in business, that's a real power. And let me tell you something I personally love about his story. He never got comfortable. Instead, he kept experimenting. To the extent he even walked on the wooden bicycle. And that's very random, right? But no, that's not random. That shows us something real important. It's all about curiosity, creativity, and vision. People who build legacy, they don't just repeat the success, they reinvent it. So what does this story really teach us? It teaches something very crucial. So let's break it down for you. You don't just need a huge amount of money to start. You don't need to leave your place to start. You don't need a perfect opportunity to start. All you need is vision, consistency, and a courage to start small. Because sometimes you might find the biggest opportunity are the ones which are hidden in a very normal or ordinary places. So next time once you think about success, don't just go for what's trending. Look what's around you. Because maybe your small idea might be your actual empire in disguise. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one.